Hello and welcome to this very different video. Today I'm going to talk about the spooky books I will read for October, or I will start tomorrow actually. But I just wanted to share my list of books I will read for October and maybe take some suggestions from all of you as well. But I'm planning to read 7 books. Not all of them are novels, a few are novellas actually. But I'm gonna start off tomorrow with Uncle Silas by SHERIDAN, Fanu. And it's going to be a lot of Fanu books on this list. But yeah, he's an Irish author, and the book is a Victorian Gothic mystic novel. It was published in 1864, and this is the Folio edition, which I will read, and it's absolutely filled with these black and white illustrations. So I hope this will be an interesting read for my first book. And next up is the American author Henry James and his Gothic ghost novella, The Turn of the Screw. I don't have a physical copy of this book, but I will read the standard ebooks edition, which you can see here. That book was published in 1898. And then we have even more Fanu with the vampire novel Carmilla. This is a Gothic vampire novel published in 1871, and it's one of the early works of vampire fiction. It was published 26 years before Bram Stoker's Dracula. So that will be very interesting to read a vampire novel before Bram Stoker. And then we have even more Fanu with the short story collection in the Gothic horror and mystery genre, and it's called In a Glass Darkly, and it also includes the novella Carmilla. But I think I will read Carmilla before I read In a Glass Darkly, and then just skip it. But yeah, I don't have a physical copy of this book either, and that collection was published in 1872. And then for my 5th book I will read The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. It was published in 1971. Deals with the demonic possession of a girl. I've only seen the movie The Exorcist, and it's one of my favorite horror movies, but here's an example of the illustrations. The illustrations are made by Jeremy Caniglia. But yeah, I think this will be a perfect read for Halloween. I will probably read this at the end of October, so about a month from now. And this is the Folio Society edition, newly released. I've made a video about The Exorcist, which you can check out on my channel. And then another Folio Society book, The Vampyre and Other Macabre Tales, which includes a lot of short stories by different authors. I'm gonna check out which of the authors are in here. Of course, John Polidorus The Vampire. Hoffman has a story. Washington Irving, which is the author of the Legend of the Sleepy Hollow, which I will read also. Then we have Walter Scott, Mary Shelley. I'm not naming all of them, but those I recognize. Nathaniel Hawthorne, classic author. Of course, Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu. And at last we have Edgar Allan Poe, a story by him. And this edition is illustrated by Anne Yvonne Gilbert. You can see the frontispiece here with the vampire, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I have had this book for quite a while, so I've been waiting to read all of my horror editions for this October. And lastly, just like I said, I will read the Legend of the Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving, and the novella was published in 1820, and I already know pretty much what this story is about and all the plot points and things like that, because I listened to Overdue podcast and they covered that book. And they weren't really impressed by it because they said it wasn't very scary, it was pretty silly, etc. But I think I will enjoy it. It is quite a classic tale that most probably have heard of or recognize, the Headless Horseman. But yeah, those are the books I will read in October. I will probably read some non-fiction as well, so not just only these books. And I want to ask if any of you have read any of these books I'm planning to read, and if so, please tell me what you think about them. And I'm also curious to see what all of you will read for October as well, and also if you have read any creepy books which you would want to suggest to me, then please leave a comment and tell me about it, and I will maybe get it into my reading list, because most of the books I have named in this list are pretty short actually. I could probably fit in at least 1 or 2 more books into October. But yeah, this was a very different video. I hope you all will appreciate it. A lot more booktubey. Please leave feedback on what you thought about this video also. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. And please check out my Patreon page if you want to. The link is in the description, or it's showing right here. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time, probably with another book review on Sunday. Goodbye.